Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Wrestling with Idiots podcast. Here we got me, of course, Jay Grizz, joining me with he wants to be called Chef Cito. So we're gonna just see
Cause
how
I
this
be cooking. Cause I
you
be
be cooking.
cooking.
So we got another body to dump on. We got another clown to cook on. We got the ingredients. We got Triple H in the pot that we about to cook up. Listen, man,
Oof.
Triple H. People talk about how Triple H is doing such a great job. I really don't think so. Just this past Friday, and I don't even remember the name of these young ladies, but another thing that's crazy. They're talking about Triple H, oh my God, you're not catering to the African American community. I'm black. Um, I
Are
don't
you triggered?
see no, because here's the thing, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't see the New Day. I don't see our Truth. I don't see specific wrestlers being at the top of the food chain or being interested enough to make the PLE right now. The New Day, yes, once upon a time, but not at this present time. So it's just like I'm not mad at those decisions. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill are tag team champions. They're the most interesting tag team champions that they've had since they've
That's not
had the.
saying that's not saying much of anything,
And
Jay.
I get it. It's not saying
Right, right.
much. So out of
That's
all
like
the
picking up a turd by the clean side.
well, but there you go. I think the only possible other women that had those belts were Becky and Sasha, and maybe that was even all that great. And then I don't remember it being that great. So there you go. Like they're being showcased properly, correctly, and all that other good stuff. But here's the thing: you have two ladies that came from NXT. You're trying to build your women tag team up. You ruined their debut on SmackDown because you had to do the Kevin Owens, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton right then and there. You did not have to do that right then and there. You really didn't. Those two ladies were
they
coming
probably
out.
they probably didn't they probably didn't want people to start changing the channel.
I mean, it don't matter, man. It's their debut. It's their debut, bro. How many debuts have we seen
Well, they still
been
had the match though.
interrupted? Did they?
Yeah, they did. It was I think maybe a little shy of 3 minutes.
Yeah, it still got ruined though. Like if you look at the highlight and everything like that, it's just because I didn't see the show. I saw the highlight and I saw when they were coming to the ring and I seen Kevin Owens interrupt and I said that's not good. Automatically, I'm just like I'm not gonna watch like because
Which
you took their
who
shine.
told you he was gonna be a heel? Huh? This guy. You're
You,
welcome for that.
Chef Tito? Oh man,
Yeah, I
oh
mean, I told you he was gonna turn heel. You're like, no, they're not gonna do it. You wanted him to keep doing
because
the thing with Austin Theory. I don't know what you're talking about.
here's the thing, you're not a fan of nobody. That's why. You only like Shawn Michaels. You are a
That's not
fan
true at
of
all.
guys who don't wrestle anymore. That don't count. That don't count.
That's not true.
That don't count.
Look, I like Kevin Owens, and I think he's better suited as a heel.
Okay.
And plus, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it with this whole thing right now with Triple H. But guess what? They need heels on that brand. They need heels, Jay.
They need more rest. Excuse me. They need higher tier quality wrestlers on their brand. Um Kevin Owens isn't the answer. I want to see I want to see things that are more believable. Like we haven't gotten that in a long time, and I don't think Triple H is doing the greatest job in the world right now with that because they just you kind of took a shit on Braun Breaker. That's the guy that you see coming up next, bro. He was a heel.
Yep.
He lost to Jey Uso. He just got that title. So what? He
Yep.
beat Sami Zayn twice in a row, whatever, like that. He's supposed to continue that. Gunther put that belt on a high pedestal, and you give it to Sammy. That was a problem for me. But then, okay, you right the wrong by giving it to Braun Breaker, and then you rewrite the wrong. You pull the Uno reverse card on us by having Braun Breaker lose it to Jey Uso. Then, after he loses to Jey Uso, Braun Breaker has a moment with Jey Uso where Braun Breaker's now looking like a baby face, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we go back. well, not we go back, we go forward, and now we see Braun Breaker attacking Jey Uso,
Yep.
attacking the New Day.
Yep.
Why does this make sense? Braun, what did you do that for? What you're asking a guy who was just a heel because they turned him into a baby face. Why did you do what you do? So it doesn't make sense.
Hmm.
What part of that made sense? Did you just
I
change your mind?
mean,
Listen,
I'm not sure.
minds do change, but when you present them on TV for the world to see, now you have to come up with an explanation of why you made that bad decision in the first place. Because if you was going, you could have just kept him as heel. There was no reason to turn him babyface because he ain't babyface no more. That don't make no sense.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to say. Like, yeah, I didn't think taking the title off him made any sense. I don't think turning him into a babyface made sense. Now turning him back to a heel. Look, he's the equivalent right now. Like, you have a dog, right, Jay?
I got about three of them.
You got a boy?
I got a boy.
Is he neutered?
No, he ain't neutered.
Because that's what they did to Braun Breaker. They just neutered him. Just made no sense. Just like, okay, you're gonna be a mom. Nah, let's just neuter him. For what? No, no. Like, that's stupid. What are we doing here? Like, it's really, and this is what I was trying to tell you. Like, everybody was, oh, well, Triple H this, Triple H that, like, better than Vince. You sure? Because I can't tell. I really can't. Ratings are terrible for both shows. Look, Raw's 2 hours, and it still seems like it can't be watchable. Nobody cares about most of those guys on the roster. Then you build up Bronson Reed, right?
Bronson
Did
Reed.
did it make sense for him to lose to Braun Strowman?
Nah. And
No.
Braun Strowman got hurt again, so there we go.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's the problem. How many people has Hunter hired? How many did he hire?
You mean how many did he rehire? I don't remember. I
Right,
remember we
yeah.
did that on the episode before, so shit. I think
Like
this
it
might be.
don't make sense.
Is this a
Why is
second rant that we having with Triple H? I think this might be the second episode.
basically, man, if he starts turning stuff around and it becomes more watchable, we won't have to do any rants on the guy.
Man, talk about crazy.
But gee, Candice LeRae, she is now a speed champion. Who cares? Why are we doing this?
Candace who?
Uh, Candice LeRae.
I don't know
She
who
is the
that is.
first ever. She is the first ever women's speed champion.
The speed what? I listen. I
This,
don't know these things. I don't know anything about speed unless it's the drug, because maybe
well,
that's what
no,
they're on over
it's they do this thing on Twitter where I think they have matches that only last about 3 minutes. So
No,
it's
boy,
pretty good
I
for
know it. I'm aware
it's
of it. I'm
yeah.
aware of it.
So it's
It's
good
just a
for
waste of
Jade
time.
Cargill.
It's silly. It's silly like the 205 Live. It's silly like the NXT UK stuff. It's silly like the 24/7 champion. It's nothing that's going to be sustainable. This whole speed thing, just like the name, is just going to be speed, and it's
Hmm.
just going to come and go. It
Hey,
ain't going to last long.
hey, and guess what? That's a Triple H thing. Can't blame Vince on this one. Can't blame him. You know, again, I don't want to be mean. And look, there are certain people that I like. I'm a fan of Carlito, right?
Okay.
Always been a fan of him since I was a kid. Guess what? Time for him to go. Time for him to go. Like I'm watching the
Yeah, they
show and
ain't doing that with him either.
he brings. Not only are they not doing nothing with him, they've already made him look like an idiot. It looks like Damian Priest can beat all members of Judgment Day on his own. And then to make things worse, I don't think Carlito's really trying either. I think Carlito's like, if they're gonna make me do this stupid stuff, whatever. Let me just go to the job and get paid. Like at that point, get rid of the guy. Get rid of him.
Yeah, might as well
Karrion
just get
Cross, why is
paid.
he still there? Get rid of him.
Karrion Cross is still there to turn Miz and Xavier Woods in the heels. He is like poison, just like how he poisoned the careers of Rey Mysterio, Bobby
And how he
Lashley.
poisoned the ratings on Monday Night Raw. Yeah, poison's a
And
good word for it.
that's probably what
Ugh.
it is.
Oh,
He's a shit
he's
stain that
another guy
Triple
I'm
H
sick of.
rehired. He got rid of Bobby Lashley, former
Yeah,
two-time
what is up with
champion.
that?
Man,
And MVP.
Man, I'm still mad about that.
It makes
I'm
no
still mad
sense.
about
Why?
that decision.
Why does Kerry? I'm not even trying. Look, I'm not trying to be a jerk. Why does Carlito have a job still? Why does Karrion Cross have a job? Why does Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, and Candice LeRae have a job? Why do the AOP guys still have a job? Like, what are we doing? Get
Why
rid
did
of
he
these
rehire
guys.
Top Dollar? Top Flop Dollar. He
Ugh.
did that too, and then he gone again. But bro, that's not good. It's just no, it's not good. Does Triple H still want to
No.
be number one? Is that why he's hiring all these people that are underneath him? Is that what it is? Is he still trying to be? Is he trying to make sure that he doesn't create superstars that are going to be better than him, more appealing than he ever was? Is that what it is? Because this don't make no sense. Like he hired a bunch of people that are under the mid card level. He rehired
Yeah.
them. They're under the mid card level. Think about that.
Uh huh. Well, not only that, look, and Jay, I'm not trying to bury Triple H. I'm not trying
I
to
will.
put
Let's do that.
over
What you
Vince
mean you're gonna
McMahon.
trying to
I'm
bury
not. I'm not
Triple H?
trying.
Let's do
All
that.
right, right. Here's the
I got
problem.
two shovels.
Name,
One for me, one for
name.
you.
I mean, when you put it like that, then all right. Real quick though, Monday Night Raw, right? What stars do
Go
you see
on.
on that show? What stars do you see on the show?
Jay Uso.
Jey Uso. That's a good name. Okay,
That's
I
it.
agree. Jey Uso.
Oh,
Oh, come
CM
on,
Punk.
Rhea Ripley,
Oh, Rhea
CM Punk.
Ripley. Liv Morgan. Dom Dom. That's about it, to be honest with you. I mean, we talking about like major stars, or because we could talk about guys who are
Yeah.
in a mediocre
I
lane
mean,
too, but
what
I
what
don't
about Seth
think they're.
Rollins? Would you say Seth Rollins or no?
I forgot he's back. Yeah, of course, Seth Rollins, without a doubt.
Okay, here's the problem. How many of these guys were made and girls were made by Triple H?
None of the ones that we name.
No, none of them. Okay. I mean, look, you do have guys on the show, like a Karrion Cross who's being made by Triple H. Not working, is it?
Hell no.
What about Gunther? He's
Nah.
trying, but it's not working. What about Braun Breaker? It was until you neutered the guy,
Well, here's the thing. He
right?
knew that
Because
Bronson Reed too.
yeah.
Braun, and Bronson. Braun, and
Oh my
Bronson,
goodness,
similar to
that's a
Ed
hell of
and
a group
Eddie.
name. Yeah,
Right, but here's the thing, they all kind of got the same treatment because it's just
he
like,
did.
okay, you rehired tight pants Braun Strowman, but it's just like you had the perfect opportunity. And this is what I was talking about. We did the Big Impact show twice,
Yep,
and Bronson Reed was making a big impact. Yes, Seth
he
Rollins
was.
did come back because Seth Rollins will now be facing Bronson Reed, but here's the
And
problem.
Bronson Reed has to go over.
He does have to go over. You're absolutely right. But is he going to go over with how he's
I don't.
booking things? I doubt it. So
I
then
don't know.
that hurts Bronson Reed, and then there's no more big impact. That's the
And I,
problem.
and I'm gonna tell you right now because I know you're a big Bronson Reed fan. I am not. I am not a fan of the guy, right? But
Right,
I will say I think he connects with the crowd more than Gunther does.
right,
He's a guy that you have, like, I don't like him, but he's a guy that he has something. Don't squander it because you need guys like him. You know what I mean?
right.
Don't squander it. Okay, well, look, that's Raw. Could you name any stars on SmackDown?
Yeah, of course. Roman, Cody.
Roman, Cody,
That's it.
Orton.
Yeah, or then whatever, I guess.
Kevin Owens.
Yeah, yeah.
You listen, Jay. I'm gonna need you to calm down because you're way too excited. Relax.
I'm
Jeez.
just saying, like, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I like Kevin. I don't care about Randy. Randy's old. Um, it's
AJ
just not
Styles get love or
appealing,
no?
huh?
AJ Styles, or we're not gonna put him on the list?
Didn't AJ Styles get hurt again? Well, not
Yeah,
again
he
because
is hurt.
AJ Styles don't get hurt, but he got hurt,
He's
right?
old. He's older. That's the problem. When you get hurt, look. you know who I'm a big fan of, right? And I'm
I'm a
gonna put
big
her
fan of
on the
AJ
list too.
Styles. Before we
All
before we
right,
continue, don't let's not mistake it. But right
no,
now
that's
he's not a
fine.
star, and he just returned, and apparently he had a
All
match
right,
with Carmelo Hayes, which sounds good on
that's
paper. I didn't watch it. I was actually gonna go back to watch it, but I don't think I have it in me to go to watch one match. Um, I don't know about that, but AJ Styles is
right,
my
right.
guy, and yeah, you're right. He is a lot older, but he, that's another thing. So when it comes down to it, Kevin Owens turn heel because we have to have opponents for Cody Rhodes. I understand that concept,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, but here's the thing. I understand that concept, but we have to create something new. Cody Rhodes had his hands full with AJ Styles in the beginning, Logan Paul. Where's Logan Paul at right now? He had his hands full with Solo, and now we're going back to Kevin. He already wrestled Kevin. Now we have to go back to Kevin as a heel. It's going to be the same
Yep.
result. I want to see matches where I think the guy who's holding the belt is going to
Could lose.
lose.
Yep.
He was not gonna lose to any of those people he faced. Therefore, those matches were meaningless. They didn't mean a damn
Mm.
thing. I want to see wrestlers who seem like they are about to lose the damn match.
And look, here's the problem. I'm a big fan of AJ as well, right?
Mm,
He's hurt. He's an older guy, so he's probably not gonna be back for a while, right?
right,
I don't know. I think it might be time for him to start packing it up then, right?
right.
Here's the unfortunate part. I'm a big fan of Charlotte, right? You
Mm,
know this. Guess what? She's also older. Guess what? She's starting to get injuries. She's been hurt since what, the end of last year, right?
right.
Is she back yet?
Nope.
No, because she's older. When you get older and you get hurt, that's it. It's going to be really hard for you to come back from those injuries. And I'm a real big Charlotte fan, but it might be time for them to start, getting rid of her slowly. If they want to do 17 with her, hurry up, do that because I don't see her lasting too much longer if she's going to keep getting hurt.
You don't need to do 17 with her. Because it's stupid. You're chasing a Ric Flair number with a woman, but it's just like how many other women are going to be chasing that
Right.
number realistically?
Look,
So
right,
it's
right.
stupid
And
as hell to do that.
look, to be fair, she might have 14 or 15. Like I don't see anyone catching up to her. This is the problem that we're talking about with Raw and SmackDown. AJ's gone, right, for a while. Charlotte is gonna come back soon, but if she gets hurt again, she's probably done. You have to start making stars to keep up with these guys and girls.
And he's not making any stars.
He's not.
He hired a bunch of indie people that were doing their thing and still doing their thing, which is not a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing, but you do have to create stars because all these indie guys are pretty much they were at the time when he signed them were 10 years or better in the game already, and they had their 10 years on the indies, maybe 15 years on the indies or whatever like that, and they're still wrestling to this day, which means their careers are pretty much winding down. So it's just like you have to
Yep.
think about the future. I thought the future was going to be in good hands, and you do have some guys for the future, but it's just like you got to pull the trigger on some of these guys right now. You
Yep.
do have an Austin Theory, you do have a Grayson Waller. The tag team division is not good, and you're not really doing anything with them as a tag team. You've been teasing for months their breakup. I don't really care about either one of those two, but I do care about the
Hmm.
future of what you're going to do next. So that's the only thing that really matters. Grayson Waller, he can wrestle, he can talk. He's just
He's a
not
good
something
talker.
that, right. He's just not
Hmm.
something that I care to see. Austin Theory, he's not that great of a talker. He does have a look. He can wrestle.
Great look.
Um,
Hmm.
he's custom made for the future. I think they probably put him out there a little bit too soon, but it's just like at this point in time, I don't see
I
why
don't
one
know.
of these younger guys right here, right now, can't both go their separate ways and challenge Cody. They're younger guys. They could, you could do something with those two guys. You know what I mean? You could bring one up to mid card singles level or one into the main event level. You could do something with somebody, but it's just like to bring it back to Orton or Kevin or AJ as a main event level guy. Why are we doing this? You do. I'm not a fan of Carmelo Hayes like that. Hear me out. I'm not a fan
Right.
of Carmelo Hayes. I'm not a fan of Escobar like that. but they're fresher, younger, newer guys. Despite their sizes, Cody Rhodes is a smaller guy too. I get it. He's a bigger guy than Carmelo. He's a bigger guy than Santos Escobar. But we have to put somebody fresh in the main event spot. We have to build something bigger and better. It's lazy work when you're taking what's already been established for years now and just rehashing them into. I'm about to throw the F bomb out there, rehashing them from babyface to heel. Let's stop doing that. That is so outdated, and it's so outdated because you do have guys on the roster that you rehired that have
Yep.
nothing, that have no worth to them. So you get other guys from the NXT brand and bring them up, and they still haven't reached main event level because of your bad booking decisions. What are we doing? Bro,
Yep. I
you know
mean,
how people are going
what's
around
up?
saying Triple H? They're not saying that he's being racist, but they're just questioning why there aren't more black people on the PLEs and all this other trash.
Right.
Put it like this: Carmelo Hayes was the top face of NXT. He was an NXT champion. He had matches with Braun Breaker and beat him. He won matches against him. Um, he was something to watch at a point in time. Then it's just like, oh man, I can't wait to see him get on the roster and do some things. Because now you're thinking at the time, MVP is there, Bobby Lashley is there. Bobby Lashley looked like he's doing a remix of the Hurt Business at some point in time. You're thinking that may be a thing. Okay, Carmelo might be the dude on
Yeah.
SmackDown when he gets there. Nope, because Bobby Lashley and MVP are gone, and Carmelo Hayes ain't attractive no more at all. Uh, Trick Williams is the face of NXT right now, right?
Yep.
When he gets over, can we say that like we don't know what's going to happen with him either? So it's just like you
Yeah.
taking
At this point, I don't trust. I don't trust Triple H.
right. That's my point. You take these guys, especially the black ones, because everybody wants to talk about. I'm black. Listen, Jay Grizz is black. I'm black. Cito is Spanish. He's Puerto Rican. So
We're two
we
minorities.
we're two minorities. So we don't think Triple H is doing a horrible job when it comes down to black people or Spanish people. But let's be realistic. A lot of the black people that he has a Montez Ford. He has a Angelo
Yeah. What
Dawkins.
happened to those guys?
Right. But
Oh my
you
God! I
don't
completely forgot about them.
but here's the thing, you could never see one of those two in the main event though either. Well, maybe
I'll
not
tell you right now.
never, but
I I thought I thought Ford could have been a main eventer if Vince was still booking. Because I
I
always
mean,
thought he was the breakout star. Now I don't know. I don't know now.
right. And I don't know. I thought Angelo Dawkins is good too. And he ain't the Marty Jannetty of the group. I hate that. I
No,
hate
no, no,
that
no, no.
term too because Marty Jannetty wasn't
I
even a
think
bad wrestler.
no.
Like, let's keep it a
I think
buck.
he could
So
be a good top mid carder because I do like his wrestling style.
right. So that's my point. So just like I don't see him as a main eventer. I see him as a top mid card guy. Both of them could have
But
been top mid card guys.
both successful separately.
Right.
They have
So
their
it's just like
chance.
you don't have a bunch of guys that's going to lead the way in the main event scene, in my personal opinion. That ship has sailed because they got rid of Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley, if you don't pay attention to how old he is, he physically looks very youthful. So there's no reason why he couldn't be main eventing. He's a veteran. Put it like this: they have other guys that are veterans that are still main eventing. Why Bobby Lashley wasn't one of them? They let him go. That's crazy to me. So it's just like
Yeah.
he's probably the only other guy. But Trick Williams is so massive on NXT, and to your point, they're only massive on NXT. When they get to the main roster, they're not that massive anymore. I think it might be different with Trick Williams, but it's all about how you book them. Moving forward, will you book Trick Williams the same way that Shawn Michaels is booking him on NXT as when he comes up to the main roster? Will you book him like how he was in NXT? If you do that, you keep the song and everything, you keep the song strong and you book him, he can go far. But will he go far? I don't have faith in Triple H anymore to think that's going to be a possibility. He has done some good stuff, but he has done some very, very poor things when it came down to re-signing certain people, when it comes down to the 3 hour shows. 3 hour shows are hard to
Hmm.
book. I understand it, but the creating the new stars is just not doing it. It's not doing well because of him.
Jay, we were saying before, like once Braun Breaker came up to the main roster, we said there's no way to botch this guy. It's almost impossible. You know what I mean? And it's happening.
Yeah,
And then again, the factions are really not helping either. LWO, no. Karrion Cross's group that kills ratings, the ratings killers, no. Who else? The New Bloodline, no.
the new bloodline is trash to me. And even Jacob Fatu, he was something to see. And they're with him, you can see what they're doing. They are masking how great he truly can be on his
Yeah.
own. They are putting him
He
at the bottom of the barrel for a reason. They are only giving him a little bit. They're giving the fans, us, the viewers, just a little bit of what he can do because they're trying to make sure, because he damn sure, if he goes full blast, he's outshine. I'm sorry to say, just with his wrestling ability alone and the character they created for him, he's
uh-huh.
outshining every one of those Samoans.
Yeah.
Every last one of them, he's outshining them.
You
He is
know, the
he's
only
better
problem,
than Jay. He's better than Jimmy. He's better than Solo.
right?
He's better
He's
than
better.
Roman.
He's
He's
better than all of
better.
them. He's a monster. The only
He's a
problem
beast.
is this group, this 2.0 bloodline. This is starting to wear on the guy because even when I'm watching it, he's starting to feel more and more less and less special
Yep.
dealing with that bloodline. Like they're going to have to hurry up, do something, and get that guy away from them if they want him to succeed.
Well, you've been hearing the reports. They're saying that The Rock has a heavy schedule and probably won't make WrestleMania because there was going to
I
be a
don't
triple
believe that.
threat match. Well, listen, I think it's a good thing because you know me, I have no interest in The Rock being at WrestleMania and main eventing a damn thing. I get the name value, I get the marketing behind it and everything. I do understand it, but there are other shows, there are other PLEs that could use that boost. To me, it
Yeah,
doesn't matter what PLE he's on. If it's a Survivor Series, if it's a Royal Rumble, fine. That just helps that show out. You know what I mean? That brings something to those shows.
I don't
So
know.
I
I
don't
mean,
care.
I'm hearing that it's still going to be Roman versus Cody versus Rock for the title at Mania.
Yeah, well. Mm.
Which again, I
Let's
mean,
then
three
that's
guys
three
that
years.
Triple
That's
H did
three
not build
years
up
in
at
a
all.
row. Yeah, that's 3 years in a row. That Cody and Roman and The Rock. Well, Rock just did the second year basically. They're pretty much hijacking WrestleMania.
Yeah, they're not a Vince call. Triple
So
H needs to take
I'm
full
ready to see
accountability for
something
this.
different.
Yeah, they got to do something because this is not it. I can't be invested in the bloodline, and then when all the part timers like Roman and Rock leave, then we're left with nothing until they come back. Like that's not really working.
No, but listen, we got to wrap this up. Listen, uh, like, subscribe, like, share, subscribe. Yeah, I think that's how it goes. I said it
Yep.
way too fast, I
And
think.
comment.
Do all that good stuff. Please comment. What do you think? Is Triple H doing a good job? We don't really feel like he is, but if he's not, if he is, whatever. Let's hear the feedback. Until next time, peace.